How's it going, everyone? My name is ItzExiist and welcome back to a brand new video. This video is just going to be me explaining a crazy story that happened in my life. So this happened maybe 2 years ago, I think my freshman year. This is when I first started, hanging out with people, first started getting friends. Otherwise, I was just a big ass gamer. But first night I ever snuck out, it was pretty late at night. It's pretty late at night, excuse me. And my buddy hit me up and he's like, "You want to go to Taco Bell?" And I'm like, who doesn't want to go to Taco Bell? So obviously I say yeah. And at this point my dad was asleep and I was gonna go down there and ask him, but he was asleep and I was afraid if I would wake him up he'd be pissed and he'd say no. So my dad already knows about this story, by the way, so it doesn't matter. But so he came, Joe, what was the name of him? Joe. He came to my house and there was like 4 other people in the car, and his muffler, every single high school muffler, it was fucking cut off, right? So loud as fuck coming down the fucking road. I hear him miles away, and he pulls up and I'm like, alright. I tell him, I'm just coming outside, I'm getting straight in the car and we're dipping. So he parks in the middle of the road. I just, I'm fucking shaking in my shoes, I'm scared as hell. First time sneaking out, oh my god, but I did text my dad that I was going, but like he wasn't awake and he would have been, well, whatever. So I was in the living room by the front door, and right when I hear his muffler pull up, I'm like, alright, it's time. I got up, opened up the door ever so slightly, and I just remember our door, it opens up, but it's really fucking loud, It's one of those doors where it's like vacuum sealed. You just hear that, or like, I can't even explain it. You can just hear the door open so obviously throughout the whole house, right? So I had to open that door so slowly, putting my hand there so I would just, just barely even reach it. And I run out to the car, and there's 4 other people. I just get in the back seat, and they're like, "You sneaking out?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's my first time," They're like, "Oh shit," not a big deal, but whatever. They were just hyping me up. And so we go to Taco Bell, and that's about a 30-minute drive away from where I live, about 25 minutes. So 4 people are ordering differently, right? So it's pretty late at night, it's like 11ish. I'd say, Taco Bell's still open. They're about to close down. And we get to the drive-thru, and it's a drive-thru only. Otherwise, we were going to go in, but the sign said drive-thru only. So we get there, and we go through the drive-thru the first time, and we're like, alright, can we order like 5 separate orders? Because we don't want to fucking put our money together. That's just dumb. And, Taco Bell's employee like, no, you can just pull around. Like keep on pulling around. So I'm like, alright. So Joe, he ordered first, went to the drive-thru, got his order. Now then we go around a second time. Somebody else orders, gets their order, right? Third time, somebody else goes, gets their order. Fourth time, almost my turn. We were driving around and we're like, alright. we're laughing because we're just kind of fucking with them. We're not really fucking with them because they told us to, but like, we're like saying different voices and shit, we're just having a good time. We're just fucking around being dumb high schoolers. And it got to my turn, and one of my friends were driving. Like, we switched driver's seats in the middle of the parking lot because it was funny. I don't fucking know why, but we did. Alright, it was funny. And got to my turn, and so I wanted to order, and then they're like, can you just park while we get all the other orders ready, And I'm like, okay, sure. So we park, waiting, and I still didn't order my food yet, So I'm pretty hungry. They're all, chomping away. Some of them got their food, some of them didn't. So we see a car pull up with xenon headlights, or whatever you want to call them, those brights, the xenon headlights, you know, and instantly when you see those, you know you're fucked. So we see him, the cop obviously pulls in to Taco Bell, and I couldn't really recognize there was a cop at first, but because it was pretty dark out, but right when it got under the street light and I saw those racks on top of the car, I'm like, oh god. And this was the first time I ever like got pulled over with anybody, or, you know, I never really talked to a cop or anything, you know, so I was pretty scared. And I only had my temps at the time, so I had my ID on me, and the cop pulls up, put on his bright ass lights right in the back of our car, put on his lights, like the bright lights, you know, that fucking, like, so he can see you, not the red and blue, but the bright ass lights. And then he put those on, and he pulled up, and he started walking. He talked to Joe, and Joe was, no, sorry, this other guy was driving, not Joe this time. Fucking, let's just call him Sam. Sam was in the driver's seat at this time, and he's like, alright, so what are you guys doing? And then we all explained to him that we're just trying to get our food, and they told us to go around each time, and they're like, oh, well, the Taco Bell employees called you in because you were going around the drive-thru too many times. And then literally everyone in the car was just talking to the cop like, no, they told us to go around the drive-thru because they didn't want to take separate orders in one order, you know. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then I was in the back seat at the time, so I couldn't really hear like everything the cop was saying, but all I hear is his radio go off, like, any info on the Taco Bell, you know, whatever. And he just answers back, yeah, it's just a couple of high schoolers. And then I asked him, I'm like, well, can we go around one more time? Because I still didn't get my food, you know, I'm hungry, you know, I wanted Taco Bell. I snuck out for Taco Bell, and, you know, the cops were there. I was shaking my shoes, hoping they wouldn't call my parents, you know, if they knew who I was. You know, I was just fucking scared. But at the end, I'm like, can I just go back and get my tacos, please? You know, I'm so hungry. And he just looks at me, he laughs. He's like, dude, just go to McDonald's. I'm like, but I went all the way here for Taco Bell. And he's like, well, they're just pretty upset right now. I don't know why. They're just being like that way. So just get McDonald's. And I just look at my friend Joe, and I'm like, god damn it. So we went to McDonald's, obviously, and then that's not even the end of the story. I fucking get there, you know, I give him my debit card, and I go back, and the drive-thru person at the McDonald's didn't give me back my debit card, and I didn't realize that until halfway back, like halfway back home, and I told them to turn around because I forgot my fucking debit card at McDonald's, and they were pissed. But you know, it was just a funny story, me sneaking out for the first time, getting pulled over at Taco Bell for literally no reason whatsoever, just because the employees are stupid. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As always, hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my Twitter and check out my Twitch. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this story time kind of video. It's kind of different, I know. Usually I'm more of a gameplay kind of guy, but hopefully this mixes it up a little bit. I thought I would share this story with you guys, so yeah, have a good one.